Hey everyone, welcome. Okay, get ready, because today we're cracking a secret code. A code that runs pretty much everything, from how videos go viral to how your money grows. And no, this is not going to be some boring math class, I'm serious. This is like the cheat code to your life. So, you ready to dive in? All right, first question. What do your savings and, I don't know, a viral video have in common? I mean, they look totally different, right? But they actually share the exact same secret formula for blowing up, like super fast. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, how does a meme just suddenly appear everywhere? Or a TikTok sound takes over your entire feed? Or how some YouTubers' subscriber count just skyrockets out of nowhere? Well, it's not magic. It's actually a pattern, a totally predictable mathematical pattern. And trust me, once you see it, you're going to start seeing it everywhere. So let's do it. Let's unlock this cheat code. We're going to break down the recipe for all this crazy growth piece by piece. And I promise it is way less scary than it looks in your math textbook. Okay, first up is this thing called N naught. Just think of it as your starting point, your level one. It could be that first dollar you stick in a savings account or the very first person who watches a brand new video. Every huge fire has to start with a single spark, right? That's N. All right, next is R. That's the rate. R is basically the engine of this whole cheat code. It's the secret sauce. It's just the percentage that something grows by. Is your follower count growing by 2% a day? Or maybe 10% a day? That one little number makes a huge difference in how fast things take off. And the last piece of the puzzle? T for time. Super easy. It's just how long you let that engine run. The longer you let a good growth rate do its thing, the crazier the results get. Time is a seriously powerful ingredient in this recipe. And boom, there it is, the whole cheat code all in one line. You've got your N naught, your R, and your T. That's it. Your final amount is just your starting amount times E, which is just a special math number, kind of like pi, that pops up all over in nature, raised to the power of your rate times your time. See? Once you actually know what the pieces are, the formula isn't so scary, is it? It's just a tool. Okay, enough with the theory. Let's actually put this thing to use. We're basically going to use it like a time machine to check out the population of a small town in Texas and see just how much it grew. So here's the setup. Way back in 1890, this little town had only 1,000 people. That's our N naught, our starting point. We know from the source material that it was growing at a pretty steady 6% every year. That's our R. So the big question is, after 110 years, what was the population in the year 2000? Go on, take a guess. Get this, over 735,000 people. Can you believe that? That is the absolutely mind-blowing power of this cheat code. A tiny little town turned into a huge city, all from just a steady 6% growth. And that really shows you the biggest lesson here. Consistency is everything. Small, steady gains over a long period of time, they lead to massive results. But there's a twist. This cheat code, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Because the same power that makes things grow like crazy can also work in reverse. It can make things shrink just as fast. And what's wild is how simple it is. The only difference between explosive growth and super fast decay is just a little minus sign. If your rate R is positive, you're growing. But if that rate turns negative, well, things are going downhill. Let's look at a real-world example from our source material, a herd of buffalo. Now, the birth rate was 28% a year, which sounds pretty good, but the death rate was 43%. So, way more buffalo were dying than were being born. And that sets the stage for what we call exponential decay. So, how do we figure out how bad it gets? It's actually just a few simple steps. First, we find the net rate, right? Just subtract the death rate from the birth rate, which gives us a negative 15%. Then we just plug that rate into our formula, along with the starting herd of 75,000 buffalo, and we set the time for 10 years. So, what's the final number? After only 10 years, that herd of 75,000 buffalo plummets to less than 15,000. That is a massive drop. It just goes to show you, decay can be just as powerful and just as fast as growth. It's the same exact math, just going in reverse. Okay, so we've talked about towns and buffalo, but how does any of this apply to you right now? Well, let's bring this cheat code into your world. We're talking your wallet, the stuff you buy, all of it. Let's talk about something real, like prom. Our source material has this perfect example. The ballroom cost $8,270 this year, which was a 9% increase over last year. Now, 9% doesn't sound like a whole lot, does it? But let's see. Can you use what we've learned to work backward and figure out last year's price? So check this out. Last year, the price was under $7,600. That small 9% increase added almost $700 to the bill in just 1 year. This is exactly why understanding this stuff is so important. It's how things like inflation are messing with your money every single day. You see this curve? This right here is the signature look of exponential growth. It always starts out kind of slow, and then it picks up a little speed, and then all of a sudden, it just shoots for the moon. It doesn't matter if we're talking about money, people, or likes on a post. This is the shape of going viral. And the coolest part is, once you see this pattern, you really can't unsee it. It's everywhere. It's the compound interest that makes your savings account actually grow into real money over time. It's why concert tickets seem to get more expensive every single year. And, on the flip side, it's also the decay in value of a new phone or a new car the second you take it out of the box. So there you go. The cheat code is all yours now. You know the secret to how things grow and how they fade away. You can pretty much predict the future, make sense of the past, and spot all these hidden patterns in the world around you. So I guess the only question left is, what are you going to do with it?